Entrepreneurship. I really like that because, like, even for my nephew Amir, I tell him all the time, it's hard trying to survive on a job 30 years. And so um, it has a purpose, and you have to find out what that purpose is for you. But I think it's more important for you to learn how to be the manager of your own time so that you can do the things that you ultimately really want to do at whatever point in your life you realize, like you said, I got this degree, I don't like doing this. But if you're trapped on a job, used to that paycheck every number of weeks, then it's hard for you to make these adjustments and do something different. And that's why I really like that you have this entrepreneurial program because we want to encourage people to, young people, to go in business for yourself. And again, when I think about the affirmative action case, they call it overruling it when it really never existed in a certain way. Uh, but really, that's all these elite colleges and stuff are about. That's why they get in free and, without reservation or hesitation, is because it's about the networking. And so I like the entrepreneurship program. I like your STEM program. I like all of these things because it is actually introducing young people to so many options at such an early age that you feel comfortable. I learned this when I was such and such. I wonder if A Thousand Ties is still around. I wonder if Miss Smith is still around so I can go and talk to her. And what about that mentor? Talk about the entrepreneurship program that you have, how you came up with that, and how's it going?
So our Entrepreneur Academy is a part of our curriculum. And once again, I'm taking skills and things that I've been through and turning it around to make it a part of what the program offers. And so I've been in multiple pitch competitions in Cleveland. I won lots of money in pitch competitions, and I kind of think I'm pretty good at it. I do pretty good in pitch competitions. So what I thought that we could do with our young people is have them create an idea, a business, a product that they could potentially have as a business. We go through the process of development, business plan, item creation, logos, the whole works, and then at the end have a Shark Tank experience. And so what I do is I bring in local entrepreneurs and they judge them. We've had 10 kids get investments from our pitch competitions. One kid, he wanted to make a shoe cleaning kit. He had a whole item product put together, made and everything. And so the investor got with him and they're working on product development. Like he has a business partner now. So we're putting them in a position where I'm seeing logos being made. I'm seeing creativity from kids that are creating logos from other people. We've had social media sites built. We had product being sold. We had one group of kids had a clothing line that they created from our pitch competition. Before the pitch even happened, they had an Instagram page. They had sold some items. Like they were putting things in place, and it's working. Like we want them to understand that you can work for somebody if you want to, but you're gonna need multiple streams of income. And if you understand what it takes to put together something from A to Z, then you could potentially have that in place. And you're still in high school. Yes. I have one girl that has like 2 million followers on a podcast. Like the kids have the ideas, they just need the support.
Now, with that, you have two other things that I think are very important and are very interesting that you have. And again, you can see all of this really coming from who you are and building, structuring, 1,000 ties around who you are. So you actually teach pitch perfect. When I first saw it, I was like, does she teach music? Right? Does she teach music? How to, go A, So how did you come to do the pitch perfect?
That comes with from your my success. Experience in the pitch competitions. And so the pitch perfect is actually set up to teach them how to pitch themselves in an interview. So that is more around job interviews, scholarship interviews, college interviews, and then I also do that session with adults. Because what we've seen coming out of the pandemic is a lot of people change careers.
Yes.
And so they've been out of the interview circle for a long time. And so we do pitch perfect with them so they can understand, it's an elevator pitch. You got this many seconds to get your point across and sell it before a person walk away from you. And so a lot of times when, especially when parents run into somebody that can help their child, they want to tell everything about Johnny, from when Johnny scraped his knee all the way to Johnny's new dog to Johnny's swimming lesson. And the college president don't have time for that. If you run into him in the bread aisle, he don't want to hear about Johnny's summer. Or you got to tell him why Johnny will be beneficial to coming to his school and him giving him scholarship dollars. What is the A, B, and C? Why you should give my son this scholarship, and I'm going, before you walk away, I'm going to ask you for this scholarship. If I'm not ending the conversation without saying, hey, I need this scholarship for my son, his first name and last name is this, and you can reach us at this number. So teaching them how to be advocates for themselves.
And so, you know, there's a string of things you got going here. So you got the things where we're showing them how to write, the programs where you're showing them how to write, ABCs of college and careers, entrepreneur basics. You got incorporated the Pitch Perfect. You got the option for learning the STEM and the interviewing. Talk about the importance of incorporating and having interviewing and networking.
Oh, everybody needs that. Everybody needs to understand how the proper way to engage with people. And once again, post-pandemic, things are different. You know, you have to be a little bit more cognizant of people and how they're moving and how they're willing to engage with you. Everybody's not open to shaking hands anymore. So what does that look like? How to make the best impression, especially for our young men. Because if you're walking in the door, if you come in with that tie, you're going to get a different response than if you come in and you just have on a polo shirt and some shorts. So how do you come in and you command that room? How do you come in and let them know you're here to take care of business? Now, like for somebody like my son is 6 foot 4.5, 6'5", 200 some odd pounds. So when he walk in the room, it can come off as intimidating. But that's not a good thing unless you know how to use that to your benefit.
Yes.
And so if you take, I'm this big personality, I'm this big presence, but you come in and you have on your tie, you have your pamphlet in your hand, you're ready, and you come in and you stick your hand out to shake their hand and you look them dead in the eye, they're like, wait a minute.
Right.
Okay, wait a minute.
Right.
Like they might know what they're talking about. So you have to command the room. You know, our young brown boys, they 2 steps behind already. They 2 points down. So we have to give them as much leverage as possible.
Yes.
So teaching them how to engage. I'm big on teaching my kids about how to read the room.
Yes.
Sometimes when we're in a session, I just stand there and stop talking. And then the other kids will be like, look, Miss Smith quiet. Miss Smith ain't talking. Like, what's happening? But you need to read the room. Evidently something going on in here. Y'all need to read the room. And so I'm big with them on that, reading the room and understanding who do you need to talk to. Don't alienate anybody, because the CEO could be the guy sitting off in the corner in the khakis.
Yes.
You don't know that.
Yes.
So you treat everybody equally. You go in, you make those connections. You find out who everybody is. You repeat names when they're talking to you. You say thank you. You greet people. So teaching them how to be the best version of themselves in the